Okay, let's pray. Dear Heavenly Father, we want to come before your throne of mercy. We want to praise your name and you want to lift up your name, Lord Jesus. As we start this education day, we place all our plans in your hands. We pray for all the ladies who are here and the ladies who are on the way coming, Lord Jesus. Know that some of us are having complications with the technology, but we ask that may you see us through, Lord Jesus. Amen.
Amen.
Amen. Erica
Move
Mano.
on.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Irene, karibu. Do your thing, Mama.
Asante, I will share my screen. I'm sharing. Let me see if I can see the screen that I'm sharing.
It's the right one.
It's the right one. Okay. Looks like it's the wrong screen to me.
It says Honorary Secretary Irene Eodera, and that it has people sitting on a table.
Okay. Let me just screen two. Today is a day of technical issues. Share. I think that's the screen I want to share. So thank you. I hope everyone can hear me. So I am Irene Akinyi Onyango Odera. I am Honorary Secretary for Jowes SACCO. So today our talk is mainly on leadership. So what does it take to be a leader in Jowes SACCO? So I'm going to talk about who I am, not as a person, but as the Honorary Secretary of Jowes, what my focus has been since I started, some of the challenges I face as a leader in Jowes, some of the benefits I get, and then I'm going to summarize. So as the Honorary SACCO of Jowes, aka the Chief Email Juggler, the keeper of all meeting minutes, the resident techie, Secretary of the Jowes Finance and Administration Subcommittee, a proud member of our executive committee, and I'm also a signatory for our bank accounts and mobile platforms. It all sounds very fancy, but it's actually quite a lot of work. I work closely with the treasurer to ensure that our ship runs smoothly. While I'm not mothering my two teenagers, which is basically a crash course in negotiation and crisis management, I'm managing Jowes correspondence, organizing meetings, and making sure minutes are taken, signed, secured, and stashed away. And as the team's honorary tech whiz, I'm the person who keeps our website, email platform, communication tools, so that's the Zoom, Adobe, MailChimp, and SMS alerts, and our Quora system humming and ticking along. If you forget the Zoom password, they holler at me. If they can't remember an email blast, I'm their woman. If Canva's acting up, I'm already on it. And nowadays, if the website is acting up, I've got my sidekick, Cynthia. Basically, I'm a wearer of more hats than a royal wedding. So I try to live by some of Walt Disney's words, which is the way to get started is to quit talking and begin doing. So it's constantly be doing. Being in tech, it also means for me, there's a tech buzzword, which is fail fast, fail hard. Because no software you create is ever perfect at the first go. So you know it's going to be a failure. So the faster you start, the faster you fail, the faster you can then move on. So what does my days look like? So my Mondays, I call Adrenaline Mondays. So it starts at about 6:30 my time because the time zones don't really sleep. So starts with a staff meeting to tackle weekly escalation. So anything that they've gone through the week that they need escalating, any work that they need escalating, we discuss at this meeting. We're also currently mapping our processes, and we use this meeting to identify and map the processes that we have in the SACCO. At 8 a.m., I'm basically checking SACCO emails, I'm checking the Telegram, I'm checking the WhatsApp, I check some of the social medias, and then I action any actions that have been assigned to me either in that meeting or in the previous week. And I sort of just prioritize what I need to do for the day. Then at 9 a.m., I start earning money for myself. So that's when I start my day job. And that goes on until sometimes around 6:30. And on Mondays, I go for classes. So that means at 6:30, I'm in class and I'm in class till 10:30. By 10:30, I basically cannot remember my name. So I just go home, might eat something, and then get to bed. So the other days are smoother days. So again, I try to start at 8 a.m. This is a big try. And I try by checking emails, looking at the Telegram, signing anything that's been sent over to me to sign, looking at our WhatsApp, probably even sometimes looking at our Facebook. 9 a.m. again, I'm making money. 6:30, I'm back again, checking emails, Telegram, WhatsApp, and anything that I need to do for the SACCO. My life really begins at 7:30, and then 10:30 again, I can't string sentences together. So my focus since joining Jowes has been to monetize and digitize how we operate. So some of the things that we've managed to do is sort of introduce the SMS short codes for reminders. So we send people regularly now reminders via SMS. We can send bulk SMS. We've migrated to MailChimp so that we can do the bulk images, but bulk emails, and also for social media integration. So that anything that we sent you on email, we can also push to our social media, Facebook and Instagram as well. So we're also striving to make Jowes an entity of its own. So we need Jowes to have its own list office. We need it to have its own numbers, its own registered box. We just need Jowes to have an identity on its own, so that there's no reliance on anyone outside to supply anything, for sort of in terms of nothing is in anyone else's name. So Jowes is like my second job. Every day there's something to tackle. We've tried to delegate wisely. So we've hired minute takers for AGMs. We outsource legal checks now, and we use managed service for our website. So this is to ensure we're efficient while still staying on top of everything. The plan is to streamline our processes even further so that our staff can run day-to-day operation with minimal board involvement while still keeping us in the loop. So I work very closely with our treasurer, and together we ensure the office is running like clockwork and that escalated decisions are handled swiftly. So some of the challenges, putting aside the American date format, American spelling, and time zones that I know nothing about, we're about 9 women with 9 minds. This can be very, very challenging. Sometimes getting consensus is hard, sometimes even not achievable. Sometimes it's quite easy peasy, but we always manage to make decisions. Being in Jowes management takes commitments. You need to be very, very committed. We have monthly meetings, there are weekly meetings, and all of this take time and a lot of organization. There's never a dull moment in Jowes leadership. There are always curveballs that you have to juggle constantly. Yesterday, for example, I thought my day was going swiftly. I had to assess someone, so I was busy in the morning, ready for my assessment. Gets a call that some stuff that we've been doing have completely gone belly up. Lydia is in a panic. And so you have to drop everything you're doing and help sort out that crisis before you can move on. So it's constantly juggling things and constantly trying to fit Jowes into the day-to-day things that I do. So dealing with Jowes ladies, our members, can sometimes be very, very challenging. One of them is the lack of engagement. You could send things out, people don't come back. It's very hard to gauge what members want if members don't come back to us and tell us what they want. There's also an idea that we work 24 hours a day. So we're all in different time zones, and that means it gets very challenging when someone is in America needs something and they want it now, and maybe it's in the middle of the night in the UK, in the middle of the night in Kenya, but they still want that issue sorted. So the benefits are learning. I have learned a lot since I joined Jowes Management. Finance and administration, I've learned a lot on finance. I've learned a lot on the laws of Kenya. I've learned a lot on starting a business in Kenya, running a business in Kenya. I have learned heaps on those. I have acquired a lot of skills, some skills, negotiation skills, some of the skills I never even thought I'd need, crisis management, and all of those. I have gained a lot of resilience. I have learned to fight my corner. I've learned to fight for what I believe is right. And we have very strong ladies. So sometimes our meetings get very, very heated. I feel like I have a purpose. So there's always something to do with in Jowes. There's always something to teach someone. There's always something for you to learn and be taught by someone else. But there's a purpose to what we're doing. It feels like we're doing something good, and it feels good to be doing something good and not just thinking about myself all the time, but thinking about my fellow sisters as well. Friends, I have made friends. I've made really good friends. I know some of you I don't call. I think someone who I'll not mention, we've decided we do not call each other, because when we call each other, it is going to be 3 hours on the phone. So we text first, and we only call when both of us have absolutely nothing pressing to do. So that's me, honorary secretary, tech guru, committee secretary, decision maker, and someone who always keeps the Jowes engine running smoothly with a lot of coffee along the way. Thank you. And any questions? I'll stop sharing and put myself on camera so that you see what I look like.
Thank you so much, Irene. That was so beautiful. I love seeing that. I love seeing how you present what you have. Ladies, do we have a question for Irene? And my computer is messing up, so if somebody sees a hand, please let me know, because mine is.
Yeah, I was just gonna have a comment. That's gonna be very hard to talk. So.
Don't
She's
worry,
talking for us all.
lane.
I gotta feel like, ooh, do I really want to do my presentation? Like,
run in your lane. Don't worry
Come on,
about
Brenda,
that.
you started the stand. You set the standards.
I knew you were going to do this to me. So, I don't know.
Wow.
Anyway, we could also take questions at the end of the meeting. That way, maybe people will warm up by then, right?
Okay.
We could also do that.
Remember, I've got a hard stop because, as you see, I'm sort of going to another Luo women function, and I need to. But I'm happy to stay until I can answer questions at the end. Sorry I took so long as well with my presentation.
No, you're good. Does anyone have an urgent question that they would like answered so that Irene can answer it right now? Right now, I don't see any questions. So because we don't see any questions, we'll move on, and hopefully we can stick within our time. Gladys, are you ready with yours?
I am going to share it, then I just start, please.
Oh, geez. You know what? Brenda, can I send it to Brenda? Because my computer is acting up. I'm sorry, I should have done this earlier. I didn't remember that. Brenda?
You can send it to me, but I've made Gladys co-host as well, so she can share if she has it. Are you using your phone?
Yeah, she's using her phone.
Oh, okay. All right. You can send it to me. Email it to me.
Gladys, are you doing it, or do you want me to do it?
I'll email it to, let me see if
Brenda.ngwala@gmail.com.
Okay, just a second.
Oh my goodness, I'm sorry,
second. You say Brenda
.ngwala, NGWALLA @gmail.com. I could have emailed you once or twice, so.
Yeah, let me see. I think you have. I think you have. Okay. Did you get it?
Just one moment. I am looking. Wait 1 second. I'm still checking. Did you put Ngwala, Ngwalla?
I did. Let me see. I just did forward. Brenda. Yeah, because you had emailed me, so I just used that. Brenda.Ngwala, Ngwalla, right?
Yeah, at gmail.com.
Gmail.com.
Yeah.
Can you just refresh it?
I'm refreshing it.
Oh, it's not coming through.
Yeah, if then it's difficult, you can drop it on WhatsApp. I'll try to see if it will open for me on WhatsApp because I have WhatsApp on my desktop.
Just a second. Just a second. Let me share. You have your WhatsApp, just. I have sent it.
Yep, I got it. Let me open it
Okay.
and then share my screen. Just one moment. I'll share my screen momentarily. And I run it as a PowerPoint presentation. Oops. Nope, I do not.
Hmm?
Oh, sorry. Hold on 1 second. I have lost the meeting. Technology. All right. Let me share. Yep. There you go.
Okay. I will go
I think I'm
ahead.
gonna minimize. Oh yeah. Can you see my screen? Well,
Yes.
okay.
Okay. I will go ahead and share a day in the life of the chair. I will start by introducing myself. My name is Gladys Agandi. I am a mother of 3 adult children. That really, really keeps me busy. And at the same time, I have a full-time job. So both are what I do. So let me go ahead and start with a day as a chair of Jowes. I am responsible for day-to-day running of the circle. I always ensure that the committees that we have are running smoothly and they're doing their job. Some of the committees that we have that are actively involved are the finance committee that is led by our treasurer, the credit committee, and the marketing committee. So these 3 committees actually are the bread and butter of this circle because the 3 committees has to be functioning well for us to maintain the smooth running of the circle. The other thing that I do as a chair of the circle is to make sure that I actually chair both management meeting and joint supervisory meeting. I liaison with supervisory team to ensure that they guide the circle in matters arising. For example, there could be matters arising from a whistleblower. And I just wanted to let everyone who is on this team know that if any of the management team is doing anything that you think is wrong, and you're wondering who you need to go ahead and report this to, our people that you can report this to are our supervisory team, and they will take the information from you and they will do what they need to do to make sure and investigate to ensure that what you told them, whichever way it's going to go, whether it's going to harm the circle, they investigate to make sure that the circle is actually in good hands. I also deal with the recruitment of new members and retention of existing members. On the new members, we do have different forums that we do use for recruitment. We have Facebook, we have our landing page, or just the social media. So anytime I see a member or I talk to a member and they say they want to join, I follow up just to make sure that they join. As you all know, members join and members also leave. So anytime there's an email that comes through telling us that a member wants to exit, I typically double check what are the reasons that are making the member exit, see if this is a member that we can save and what we can do to save that member. Also review the messages posted in members forum just to gauge their train of thought. And if I see anything that requires or need immediate attention, I direct it either to the member or to the people, to the management team that needs to work on it to make sure that the messages are addressed or adhered to. The other thing that I do as a chair is I sign off on all vouchers requiring disbursement of SACCO money. I always ensure that anytime we are dispersing the money, I know what the money is being dispersed for and what it is going to do. So that I would not come back to you and say, oh my God, I didn't know where that money went or why we do not have that money. The other responsibility that I'm responsible for is to sign off on membership withdrawal form. Every time a member wants to withdraw from the SACCO, the form is prepared by the office with the treasurer and the people involved, and it is sent to my doc. So I review it to make sure, I double check just to see how much the member has with us, the member that is withdrawing, and sign off on those forms as well. I also sign off on all contracts pertaining to the SACCO. The SACCO has contracts that comes in, and we also have contracts that goes out. So just to make sure that what is going on, I am fully aware of, I review those and sign off on those. That is what I do as a chair. Sometimes it's overwhelming, I can tell you that. And sometimes I just wonder if I'm going to be able to do it. But with the support of everybody, because in management team, even though I am the chair, everybody is responsible for their part. And therefore, because everyone is responsible for their part, the job is not as heavier as it seems. However, the meetings can be longer, as had been stated, and also you have to attend the meetings just to know what's going on with the SACCO. So being a chair does not mean that whatever you say or whatever you want is what works. We always come in and have consensus on what's going on, and we agree on what we are going to do, and we move forward. And therefore, so far, the SACCO is running very smoothly without any issues. So being a chair does not mean that you're everything. What it means is that you guide all the committees and you listen to their suggestions and ideas. Any questions for me?
I think we had said we'll let the ladies question us after the meeting, so that way we can get through the time that we have.
Okay.
Questions, you're welcome to write them on the chat, or you also, we'll have questions at the end of the meeting also. So if you have a burning question, just put it on the chat. You can go ahead. So next up, Gladys. Thank you so much, Gladys. That is so beautiful. Thank you so much for letting us know what you do. And ladies, be ready, with all your questions. We are looking forward to hear what questions you have for us. So after Gladys, I'm going to have Rosemary go next. And then I'm just going to, after Rosemary, we're going to have Michelle, Brenda, and then Monica, and then Judy, Millicent, and then Judy, and then I. Okay, that's to give you a quick rundown of where you are on the list. So next, after Gladys, we're going to have Rosemary. Rosemary, are you ready to go? Thank you so much again, Gladys. Rosemary, somebody, whoever it is, give Rosemary, let Rosemary share, give her sharing capabilities, everything she needs. Brenda, I recommend.
I want to do it. I'm just looking for Rosemary. Oh, there's Rosemary. Okay, just one moment. Rosemary, there you go. You can share your screen, and I think you're on mute or something, but I have given you the co-host.
Am I on mute? Hi.
No, we can
Am
hear
I
you.
on
Now
mute,
we can
really?
hear you.
we can hear you. Go ahead.
Hello?
Now we can hear you.
Because I am in the village, I'm just learning how to use technology in the village. But let me just discuss what I have. So my name is Rosemary Juma. I usually live in South Africa, but I'm currently visiting the village on holiday. So I have a bit of challenge, but no problem. I'm enjoying myself despite those challenges. So mine is I chair the credit committee. I started chairing it from April. So it's still a learning curve. So generally, my life, before I discuss the credit committee, how I use my time on Jowes is that when I'm at my workstation, not now, when I'm at my workstation, I start my day very early. So from 5, at least I get some time to look at the mail, but I don't do much then. I just go out, I work out in the field. And when I come from the field at about 3, that is when I concentrate on doing most of my Jowes work. But there are times when there are urgent things, and Lydia would call me. She would call me because we work closely with the office. She would call me, and then I'll have to steal 1 or 2 hours to get into the office and be able to do whatever we are doing. But what is the credit committee? The credit committee is set up by the Jowes bylaws. If you look at the bylaws, the bylaw number 56, where the credit committee is supposed to have 3 members. And we are required to hold regular meetings. So we hold at least 1 meeting every month, and we pass our messages. We send our resolutions to the management committee for their approval. What do we do? What our do? And also we ensure that the guarantors, but because we do not keep the members' data, we have to always go back to the office because it's the office that has this data. So once they've verified the data, then we're able to use them. The other thing is that we assist members with any financial problems. Maybe you have a loan and the repayment period you are having a problem with the repayment period, or you want to refinance your loan. And this is where we come in. And we also maintain the records, like when you're taking a loan, which approves the loan, and you're supposed to sign, and the documents are supposed to return in. And also you are given a loan schedule. We shared that the other day just to explain to members what a loan schedule is. So we give you that loan schedule so that you're aware about what is happening, but you also keep the records, yeah? And then lastly, although we do the loan approvals, this we do on behalf of the management committee. So when we meet with the when we meet as a management committee, once every month, these are reported to the management committee so that all members are aware about what is happening. Challenges, we have noticed that the uptake of loans is very low. So we are encouraging the ladies to apply for more loans, because when we take loans, then we are able to make enough profit for the circle, and we can enjoy the dividends and the profits when we hold our AGM. The other challenge that we have is that this one of we are in different continents, so sometimes it's very close. And the other one that Irene had talked about his personality, also a strength, because then you're able to achieve much about them, because my colleagues are also
think we lost Rosemary. Oh, she's coming back. I can see her back.
Rosemary, we lost you for a little bit. You can unmute yourself. You're muted.
I don't know what happened, but anyway, thank you. I've finished my presentation. Thank you.
Thank you again, Rosemary. That was beautiful. And ladies, as I said again, if you have questions, put it on the chat. But we'll have a question time at the end, a Q&A at the end if we could. After Rosemary, we have Michelle. Michelle, are you ready? And then just after Michelle, Brenda, Monica, Millicent, Judy, and then I. Okay, so next, Michelle, you ready? Somebody please give me.
I was supposed to share her presentation. I'm just kind of trying to open it.
Okay.
Just give me one moment.
Okay.
You know how when you've planned for something and then it now refuses.
It's called a reg. Something.
I don't know why it does those things. It's crazy. Hold on. I think I'm gonna finally be able to open it. Just one moment. Put it in my desktop.
Ladies, I hope this is giving you a good picture of what we do every day, or kind of what we struggle with. But thanks for being here. I just want to say that while we wait for Brenda to get this going.
Now this technology can embarrass you last minute. Okay, now I think I got it. Okay. Can you see my screen?
There we go.
Yes.
All right. So Michelle, just tell me when you want me to move to the next one.
All right. Okay. Go to the introduction part.
Introduction.
So what I'll be talking about is the introduction, my role in management, and So all right. Okay. Ladies, I'm a Luo lady from Homa Bay, Oyo. I'm also a mother of a 3-year-old boy. Sorry. Can you hear me?
Oh, no, sorry. Yeah, we can hear you.
Yes,
You're good. Keep going.
All right. Also, this is my first time in management as a co-opted member, and it's been an amazing experience so far for me. You can move to the next slide. All right. As a co-opted management member, I've had the pleasure to serve in different ways. Okay, I'm not heading up a specific committee, but then I get to help all the other different committees that are existent in management in different ways, be it as a signatory or even in write-ups, typing up certain documents. That's basically what my role is. Go to the second point, Brenda. All right. Well, another role I would say, or a part I play in management also is getting my voice heard. As a member and also as a co-opted management member, it feels amazing to be able to give for my voice to be heard, or my opinion to be heard during different settings, whether it's in the group, in the Telegram group, or even through voting that we do within the group as well. Also, as you've heard from my previous management members, we have meetings sometimes every other week, sometimes once a month, and you get to better understand why some decisions are made, behind why some things are done the way they are and the reasons behind them. Also, I am part of the AGM planning group and I help to run the business development aspect of it. All right. Another exciting thing that I've experienced is helping out with the write-ups or the newsletter.
And I feel it's such a rewarding experience whereby you get to see the final product being sent out to members, and you feel having played a part in whatever that is being sent out, you feel like you are actually really contributing to the circle as well. It has also been a learning experience that is so engaging and full of support from everyone actually. Initially, I was quite intimidated, but I've found a sisterhood among my fellow management members. They've become my friends as well. I'm able to share with them issues or problems outside of Jowes and even within the management group as well. All right. For me, I would the reason why I joined management is because as much as I don't have a specific office, but I think from my experience, I'm able to encourage other members in the upcoming AGM to perhaps give their names up for a chance to be voted or selected in management, because there are benefits to being in that position in the circle. So my reasons are below. Some of my reasons are below. All right. As much as this is the first time as a co-opted management member, I've not missed a point whereby if I don't know how to do something, I'll always ask, and someone will always be there to assist me. So there's that support whereby if you don't know, or that would be your first time in management, you wouldn't feel so alone. You would always get support from all the other management members. So that's one of the benefits of being, even if you're a new member, that would be one of the main benefits of being in the management. Also, you get to be a part of the team that drives the circle towards its vision. Your voice is heard through votes, through the Telegram engagements, through the meetings. So there are very many avenues for you to express what it is you're thinking or you're feeling towards whatever it is that is being discussed at that moment in the management team. The knowledge gained obviously is so invaluable and so hands-on. I guarantee there isn't an experience that stretches you and builds you up as this. You get to better understand yourself also. You get to learn how to get along with other ladies, learn about understanding the different personalities, and just how you gel through that. I learned a lot. We had a team building session, and those are part of the things that you were learning. So those are some of the things you would benefit if you were to join management. Brenda, you could scroll down. And I would say last but not least, as an incentive and reward for attending and actually being active and participating in the management, we get to have a sitting allowance. You feel appreciated for what you do. So that's also one of the perks of being in management as well. And my final quote is, go down, Brenda. In a world where many people would rather be bystanders, I dare you to stand out and be counted so you can join management. That's the end of my presentation. And let me just show my face a little bit. I don't know. So hello, ladies. That's Michelle.
Thank you
That's our
so
millennial
much.
in the team.
Thank you so much, Michelle. That is so
We,
beautiful.
Jodongo, are very proud of you, Michelle. Thank you, thank you.
Thank you, Michelle. So up next, Brenda, you have the mic, so go right ahead.
I have very big shoes to fill. I'm also the resident upcoming comedian. So just one moment, I will. Yes.
Yeah, Michelle is our star. That as Brendan says, millennium. She keeps our. You know the way they say when the young people keep the old people going. She keeps us going. So thank you, Michelle, for all you contribute. We appreciate you. We value you. Thank you, Mama. Brenda, karibu. You're next.
Right, so I am next. So my key message, I just kind of want to start with my key message before I dive into who I am. My key message is bring your authentic self. No matter who you are, just bring your authentic and best self. The reason why I say this is because every day I show up unapologetically, me, Brenda Atieno Ngwala, second born, most responsible person in the family. Somehow, I don't know how I missed the first spot. But anyway, that's another story for another day. So yeah, this is it. I'll talk about my duties. I'll talk a little bit about two important things to me: financial integrity, collaboration. Then I will share a little bit how I spend my time on the various duties. Then I'll give a little bit of tips for whomever would like to join the team. So moving on, as a treasurer, what do? I oversee all the finances of the SACCO, whether it's loans being disbursed, salaries, statutory payments. Basically, I keep the wheel turning so that we don't close down. Also, I must ensure that there is enough money to cover all our expenses. So I log into the bank just to make sure that we are able to keep up with our payments, whether it's statutory, salaries, you name it, and everything. So I also chair the investment committee, which deliberates on which investment vehicles that we should put our money into. The office of the treasurer is also a big part of ensuring that money we lend out in loans are properly tracked and repayments are done in good time so that we all can take part in that profit sharing. As you know that when you're a SACCO member, you're an owner, you own the SACCO. All transactions are set up from the treasurer's office and pass through every approval level before they're released. In addition to the above duties, the treasurer is also a member of executive and takes part in all major management decisions. Now, who am I as a person? I have a full-time job. I am also a mother of a 3-year-old, very beautiful baby girl. Her name is Ella. Typically, my day looks like this. I would wake up at 5:30, meditate, work out a little bit. Usually it's African dance, music, whatever. Until about 6:10, then I would get ready, take a shower, whatever. 6:30, do our lunches, 6:45. I slot in a 15-minute window where I check the Jowes email, if there is anything urgent that I need to respond to. Then I wake up my daughter, boom, and we are out the door by 7:45 a.m. usually. I would typically spend some time meeting with the accountant at some point during the day, depending on what's happening. Then I get back home from my full-time job at 6 p.m. Dinner, blah, blah, blah. Baby bed to bed by 7:45. Again, I would have to check my email by about 8:15. Then I would log off all electronics and be in bed by 10 p.m. My weekends are very flexible, but once in a month, we have to attend the management meetings. A big part of my routine is meditation. I need to slow down sometimes, and I think I found meditation very helpful throughout this process. Now, I'll talk about two things that are important to me. And by the way, may I mention, I'm not an accountant. I do have financial education a little bit because I did business administration and I sort of work in a bank, but I'm in IT in a bank. But I'm not an accountant in any way. I just have a basic understanding of money. So financial integrity, which is transparency and accountability. How do I keep your money safe as a treasurer? One of my rules is to ensure that transactions are accounted for and done in accordance with applicable laws and regulations. All transactions have several layers of approval to ensure that we follow checks and balances to keep your money safe. For example, transaction must be approved by 3 non-bank signatories and 3 bank signatories. That's a total of 6. There's no way the money can leave the SACCO without the knowledge of at least 12 eyes. Another thing I value is collaboration on a day-to-day basis. No matter what I'm going through, I will come across different decisions that I must make. All I have to remember is that I'm not alone. There's 8 other management team members that I can go in, I can escalate. I have become their friends. They, like Irene said, some of us couldn't even get on a call without, we have to stop ourselves because it has become that friendly. So we have to schedule time that we know that we are all free so that we can chit chat. And it spills over to other parts of your life as well. Now, when it comes to how much time I spend, I would say payments and authorization, I would say about 20% of the time, budgeting about 20%. And budgeting means, what are we going to do with our money next year? What are we focusing our money on? What new things or new initiatives are we going to spend money on? Meetings, about 15%. Meeting with staff, I try to meet them longer. So I would say about 30% of the time. Other meetings, about 10%. Then emails and communications, about 5%. And I've just put the frequency there. What would I say? Tips and takeaways. What keeps me successful, or what makes me be able to do this while at the same time living my life? Consistency. You can dedicate a specific amount of time. Don't try to do it all at once. Delegate where possible. I've become very good at delegating. Balancing. Work out your schedule. Carve out time for other activities. If done correctly, you can serve while also performing your other work successfully as well. Timeliness. Certain decisions need to be made with speed. And it's important to keep tabs with all the communication channels. We have Telegram pages, we have WhatsApp groups. So you gotta keep up with all of those so that you make sure that you don't miss anything. And then learning opportunities, as has been said by my other colleagues before. This is a very good opportunity to learn from other management members. I've learned a lot, not just about being a treasurer, about doing business in Kenya. How do you file your taxes? There was a time I was even stuck with, I don't know, I couldn't file my taxes in Kenya. And one of the management team members was like, you know what, what's your PIN? Bam, 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 bada boom, bada bam. And I was done. And everything was just wiped away. I had several penalties that were wiped away just like that with a blink of an eye. So there's a lot of benefits that you can get from just making friends and collaborating with people. 3 things I would say: seek feedback, reflect on your performance, and you set your personal goals. What is it you want to achieve? And in conclusion, I would just want to say, again, my key message was bring your authentic self. I encourage you to come as you are. You are important just as you are. You don't need to change to be a management team member. Thank you. Back to you, Chair.
Thank you so much, Irene. That was beautiful. I'd love you
Brenda.
It's Brenda.
Why am I saying?
I've set high standards until now I can equate to Irene. Thank you. That's a very big honor. I look up to Irene. She's my aspiring Irene.
No, Brenda, you're doing amazing. It's so crazy because I'm reading something and I'm reading that name and I'm like, that's why I said Irene.
No, it's
But
okay. I
thank you.
really
Yeah.
don't mind.
Yeah, thank you, Brenda. That was amazing. Ladies, you see the people that are in our team, amazing people as usual. So I'm so glad to have you as one of our team members here, part of our management. And if you have questions for Brenda, put it on the chat or get ready with your question at the end of our session. We'll go right ahead. Monica, are you ready? Monica is going to be next. And then after Monica, we have Millicent. I don't see her, but I hope she's here. Monica, are you ready?
Ngendo, right?
Okay, there you go. Go ahead.
It should be Monica Ngendo.
Yeah. Is she here?
Monique is here and she's unmuted. Let me give her the sharing rights. Hold on.
Okay, perfect.
I have given her the sharing rights.
Don't even struggle giving me because I don't know how to share.
It's okay. We'll just. All right.
I'll just talk. I hope you will hear. You'll get me. Let me just by telling you who I am. My name is Monica Nyendo, mostly known as Monique. I'm a born again Christian, and I'm a wife, Atido Ugenya. I'm a mother of two, Yvette and Jeanette Ibrahims. Ada Kisumu sector, Ilongoni Lake Victoria South Waterworks Development Agency. Almost retiring in a year's time. I think that's all with the introduction. I am privileged to be one of the management team members as a co-opted member of this wonderful circle called Jowes. As a co-opted member, things that I do as a member of the management, I join in the management meetings, and I'm also a member of the education committee. So I also join in the education committee meetings. I'm also a signatory in the back.
Monique, we completely lost you.
And as a member of the education committee, my roles and responsibilities are aimed at enhancing. Hello, are you getting me? My network is very poor, by the way. Are you getting me?
Yeah, we're hearing a bit. You're cutting in and out, but we can hear you. So go ahead. Oh, it looks like we lost her. Are you still there, Monique?
I think she dropped. Her phone must have dropped off. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, I hope she'll be able to come back and join us back. Well, she's not. Is Millicent here? Millicent Lazaro? Do you see her, Brenda? I don't
a
see her.
Samsung SM. I don't know if I can unmute. Who's using Samsung SMA? Let me unmute. Oh, I can mute, but I cannot unmute them. Okay.
I'm back. Can I continue? I'm
Okay,
back.
go ahead.
Can I
Okay,
continue?
Yeah, Monique,
go
go
ahead.
ahead. Yeah.
Is very unstable here. Okay, I was saying that as a member of the education committee of the West, my roles and responsibilities are aimed at enhancing the education impactful and relevant and beneficial to all of you members. Another thing that I would say as our contributions as a committee of education is to identify educational needs of the SACCO members. And this we do through members' suggestions or feedback sessions. We also collaborate as a committee to develop informative and relevant materials that cover topics such as savings, investments, loans, and general financial literacy. I would say also we involve in events planning, like now we are planning for the AGM. We also help organize educational events. This one we do by maybe we invite speakers, we work on the dates and time for those meetings, for those educational meetings. And also we lead and participate in the training sessions. This we can do either by presenting information directly, as I'm doing now, or we invite guest speakers. We also promote financial literacy by encouraging members to engage with the educational resources provided by the circles. As we bring the trainings, we encourage members to participate in them. We assist in creating pamphlets, newsletters, or even digital content that outline financial tips, circle services, benefits for members. We also do monitoring and evaluation by gathering feedbacks from members who participate in the educational program, their effectiveness, and suggest improvements where possible. We engage with members by building rapport to encourage attendance at educational days and foster culture of unity within the circle. This we do by maybe through mdomo therapy. We make friends, we network. We also report in summary to the management, the attendance during those educational days, and the member feedbacks. If we have some, we report this to management. We also collaborate with the other committees in order to align our educational efforts with broader Jowes goals and strategies. I think that is all we do. Okay. I want to also say that as a member of the educational committee, I'm also privileged in planning committee for the AGM. And in this, I was given some tasks. And these tasks, we do the tasks as a team with members of the Kisumu chapter. One of the tasks that we were given was to identify a venue. This we already did. We also were charged with looking at the technology. This one we are still trying to consult. Actually, technology is a bit of a challenge, but we are consulting with the IT guys of the venue. And very soon we'll give you a tentative report. We were also given another task on food and refreshments. This one also we are working on as a team together with Brenda and my Kisumu team, and we are heading somewhere. I think this is all that I can say that I'm doing right now, and I want to thank you so much for the privilege, and that's all. Thank you so much.
Thank you
I'm
so much,
done.
Monique. Yeah, thank you so very much. As you guys can see, sometimes even with just our different members being in different locations, it becomes a challenge sometimes. But Monique tries her best, even with her sometimes with her internet issues going on. But we work as a team. So thank you again, Monique. Next, we had Millicent Lazaro is one of our co-opted members. I don't know whether she made it in. Earlier on, I'd spoken to her and she wasn't sure whether she was going to make it, and I don't know. I don't see her. Does anyone else see Millicent?
I see a number of phones.
probably
I'm not sure which,
schedule.
because some don't have names, like the iPhone i27, then there's Galaxy A15, then there's Samsung. So I'm not sure which or how, if maybe she might have joined not using her name, but I can't see particularly a Millicent on my screen right now. So
Yeah. I asked her to indicate if she's ready, but she hasn't indicated. So probably she's not going to be. Well, we can schedule her for the next time that we are on, that she'll have a session to come in and talk a little bit. But Millicent is one of our newer members, so definitely, she's still getting into the groove of how we work and how we do our stuff. So maybe she's gonna be ready for the next time. And then we also did get a message from Judy. Judy is not well, so pray for her. I think she made a trip to Kenyan. She'll probably will not be able to present today. We'll have them present at a different time, maybe when they're available or when they're feeling better. I will just go ahead. I think after that, am I missing anyone else apart from Millicent and Judy? I think we got them all, right, Brenda? Yeah, I think that's all of us.
I think you got Millicent and Judy are the ones we don't have here.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. My name is Jacqueline.
You're also kind of getting closing.
I go by Kanoji.
A little bit.
Anyar Kano. Oh goodness. Anyway, it is what it is. So,
a tiny bit, but now you're good.
Okay.
Stay right there. Don't move. Anyway. Okay. I'll mute myself now.
Okay. I serve as the vice chair. I am the vice chair of Gladys Gandhi and the vice chair of the SACO. My role involves I am very haphazard. I remember when I was chosen to take the role, I admitted right then and then I'm a very disorganized person of this society. I wake up and I just run and do things. So I'm the most disorganized member of our team, and I apologize constantly to our ladies because I will wake up and I'll be running on not on gas. What's the other thing that on high pressure? And I'm telling them, hey, we got to do this, we got to do this, we got to do this. And a lot of times I'm not even looking at how we are doing it. I'm just pushing people to do things. I have a loud voice, I have a loud mouth. I'm not shy to say what I want to say. So people, and hopefully that we get a lot of times. I'm sorry, and I really apologize, but I hope they love me. I hope those who hate me, but those who love me. But it's a good thing because my point is always, hey, we have to get our circle moving. We have to make sure that we do what needs to get done. We have very gifted members of our team, so that's one thing I'm so grateful for as being the vice chair. It makes my work so easy because all I have to do is I delegate a lot. So I'm like, hey, can you help me do this? A lot of times I don't know how to do stuff because when I'd never been in this role or in this kind of a role. So my job was basically just to learn. While I was learning, I had the privilege of having very qualified people in our team. So I can always just call and any one of the ladies and say, hey, how do you do this? And can you get this done? And they get it all done. So the good thing about being in this kind of a group is that we have things that we have to do. So there's kind of a list that has to be followed. As vice chair, I'm in charge of education. So education happens once a month. So once a month, once a month, I know that every 3 weeks, I have to kind of remind people and say, hey, people, it's almost time for Education Day. Let's make a pamphlet. Let's make a thing to invite people. So that's the first thing we do. We have to send out reminders. Hey, let's remind people. I'm all, that kind of stuff. So what's the poster for reminding people? What's the topic? If somebody needs to be invited, I reach out to the people who get invited, see if they're able to, come and present what we want them to present. I always say, if you guys have something that you need to, that that we need to learn more about, reach out and let me know. If you know a good speaker, reach out and let me know. I'm always willing and ready to hear from other people. So yeah, that door is open. So that's the one thing. The next thing, day to day. When you talk about when we started this thing about getting the day to day life of a SACCO member, one of the things I was like, okay, say. It reminded me of, I was in another SACCO one time, and this lady who was the chair of that SACCO told us that she wakes up at 3 o'clock every morning. Personally, for me, just because there's not enough time in the world, I do have a mother. I have two grown kids. I have a 24-year-old son and an 18-year-old daughter. My daughter does not live at home. My son lives at home. I have a full-time job, and I trade on the side. I have other side jobs just to keep my life going, right? So it's a lot on my plate, but at the same time, the SACCO is another full-time job on its own. But one of the things this lady, I was telling you a story about what this lady had said. She said, oh, well, I wake up at 3 o'clock every morning and I start my day at 3 o'clock. And when she said that, I looked at her and I kind of laughed, first of all, because I was thinking, who on earth wakes up at 3 o'clock in the morning? But what I did for myself, I said, okay, what I'm going to do, I'm going to wake up at 4:30. So my day starts at 4:30 in the morning. I get myself ready. I go to the gym. One of the things as women, for me personally, I said I need to start taking care of myself. So I take a priority of taking care of myself, first of all. So between 5 and 6 o'clock, I'm at the gym. I love to swim. So I swim for an hour I swim for 45 minutes, give myself 15 minutes to jump in the shower, get myself ready for work. I get ready for work and I drive an hour to work. So from 6 to 7, I'm driving to work. I get to work around 7:30, depending on the traffic, start my work day at 7:30. A lot of times when I wake up in the morning, even before I get out of my bed, and between 4 o'clock and 4:30, before I get out of the bed, I'm checking my Jowes WhatsApp groups and all that kind of stuff. Half the time when I'm replying to them, I make spelling mistakes because I don't have my glasses on. So half the time I go back and I look at my messages, I'm thinking, what was I writing? It's just because I was in my bed half asleep, but replying to whatever needs to be replied to, and getting stuff done, because basically the SACCO, it's a job, and things have to be done. So we do what we have to do. Once I get to work, I work 9-hour, 10-hour jobs, depending on how much work I have to do. Once I leave work of course, during the day, depending on if there's anything urgent happening, we'll get a text message, we'll get an email, whatever it is, if you have to sign for. I'm also one of the signers on the account. So if there's a signing to do, that'll happen also throughout the day. I'll definitely reply to things that need to be replied on. If I get a call about the SACCO, I answer it when I can. Some of the time, I used to at my workplace, we used to be told you can't answer your personal calls on your desk, so you had to step out. So I'll be stepping out every few minutes, sometimes depending on what's happening. After a while, I just told my boss, hey, if you want me to work and get your work done also, kind of let me, juggle what I'm juggling. So half the time so we kind of came to an agreement where she lets me do my stuff, so I don't, by the time I walk out of the office and come back in, Anyway, I try to keep it within a good balance of it. So get back in the evening. Yeah, if there's anything that has to be done, we do that. and being in this committee, but you're in a different time zone and you're trying to get people not responding. You know, there's those different kinds of move myself, so I'm out of the sun. Is my 10 minutes over, Brent? I'm not even keeping time, so sorry.
Oh, I didn't even know there was like 10 minutes, but I think you yeah. I didn't time it. Yeah, I didn't time it. Sorry.
Yeah. So basically I'm gonna wrap it up over here, and if there's anything else that I've forgotten. But my name is Jacqueline Manyakano. What else? Yeah, vice chair. And we keep our circle going. There's a lot to be done. But it can be done. And I always say we have a lot of qualified ladies who are, as you can see, it's just we just need hands. I always say whoever's in the circle, whatever it is, whatever you bring to the table, that is what we use, because for every minute that somebody else is holding the work, it makes it easier for the next person. So my job is just to encourage people to, you know, if you know you can do this, come on here, come and help us. It's our circle. So if we don't do it, no one is going to build it for us. The people who started a good thing, and I'm so proud of us as Niluo that we're able to do something like this and keep it going. So I always say it's our baby. Let's keep it going. And I'm calling on you, if you know you can, you know, whatever it is that you can do, just bring yourself to the table. Each and every one of us knows how gifted we are. We know how to, this role, being a role in management, is going to stretch you, because it makes you, if you're willing to, you will learn a lot. There's a lot to learn. It'll give you a room to practice if you want to practice. You know, it's a good place to be. As I said, as they've all said, we've formed a friendship among each other. You know, I have friends I can call anytime I need to call, and even as it says, it spills over to even your other personal things in your life. You know, you have people who you can rely on and who become really reliable. So thank you so much for taking time to listen to me. If you have any questions, okay, we have taken, it's about an hour and a half, so I know we've gone over what we normally go over, and I hope it did kind of give you a good picture of what we do every day, and I hope it has made your our circle attractive to you. And just, if we are, the main thing really is that we are wanting people to be ready. We know that every in our AGM we always have new leadership come in, so please make yourself available. You have enough time to think about it. We're in the month of November, so December, January, February, March, April comes by so quickly. So I just want us to start thinking about what our role is going to be, what we're going to do in our circle, how we can help hands, how we can join in, how we can keep our circle moving, right? So that's it for me. And I will take this as the next. I'll give a few minutes for questions. If you have any questions, feel free to raise your hand. Feel free to ask a question if you have a question. Brenda, do you see any questions on the chat? I don't know if you can see, help me see.
I see comments, and
Yes.
maybe I can just read from the top. It says, we appreciate you, way to go, woman of many hats. Thank you for all you do. I think that was to Irene. Sylvia says, awesome management team. Nyangi says, hey, you can't all be organized. There's always that one. And then finally, Nelly says, awesome job, Jackie. So motivating and inspiring. So, and there's one hand. Sorry, Damaris has a hand. So I don't know. Should I?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead. Let her.
Damaris,
Damaris, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Thank you, ladies. That was really, really insightful and inspiring. I have two questions. What are the first one? So we have 2 employees and you guys are 9. So who do they report to, just to ensure they're not pulled in all directions? I think maybe it doesn't work like that. And then my second question, what are the legal requirements to join the management team? So like if somebody's thinking, what should they ensure is right on their side so that they can buy? Thank you.
I can do part 1, and then I think, is Irene still here? She can do part two. Part one is both employees report to me, but Cynthia has a dotted line to Irene, mainly because Irene is the Honorable Secretary and Cynthia is the admin. So a lot of her work overlaps with what Irene does. So I would say administratively, they both report to me, both the accountant and the admin assistant, but they have dotted reporting lines to different management team members. Another dotted line is also with the education because and also credit. So they have a lot of teams they have to work with. However, when it comes to kind of HR stuff, leave administration and things like that, they report to me. And I don't know if Irene is still here because I wanted her to answer the second part of the question about the legal.
Yeah, so I'm still here.
Okay.
So according to our bylaws, to be a member, to be a management member, you just have to be a member of the circle. That's all it says. There's quite a lot of there are a few other things in there as well. You cannot be a leader in two other circles, so you sort of can't be in the board of in two other circles and then be the board of our circle, but you can be in the board of one other circle and be in the board of our circle. So that's what our bylaws say. So legally, you have to have, so this is legally and operationally, you have to be able to be a bank signatory in Kenya. So you have to have your ID and you have to have a PIN number because that's required for you to be a bank signatory. We now have I don't think it's an extra, I think we learn things every day. We now have a KRA requirement where all our directors have to be, we have to put them, correct me here, Brenda, if I'm wrong, we have to update our directors every year in the
Yep,
KRA
that's correct.
portal. Yeah.
Mhm.
And that's again ID and PIN number. So you've got to have an ID and a PIN number for you to be in management.
Yeah, I believe the last requirement you just mentioned, we got an inquiry about it that we have to work on. I believe they keep changing stuff, so we have to be on top of it sometimes. They've never had to require us to do that, but I think this year they're starting to.
Yeah, and I was also going to just add on to what I don't know if it's what Damaris was asking. For instance, a lot of things we have a page where if we have as we a lot of times we have to delegate stuff that we need to do. So, but we have a page also that we put in the tasks that we need. Irene heads it, of course. So if I have a task that I need done, I'll put it in there and Irene will divvy it out to the office team as required. There's some things that sometimes, that for instance, when I'm doing the process for Education Day, I reach out to Cynthia directly because, we work together on that and I'll tell her, hey, this is who's coming in, this is her information, so I'm also able to chat her on the side, or even lead if I have a specific questions, I'm able to do that. But I always try and go back and put it on our office chat. That way, we kind of make sure that they're not overworked also, or they're not totally pulled aside, because there's a lot to do all the time. So, but to balance it out, Irene kind of heads it, but we use the chat as, to list down our tasks, or we're trying to put it in a systematic way. I'm so grateful for these younger, the Irenes and all of the young ladies who are able to even technically use technical things to be able to, organize us in a way that it doesn't, so it's more organized. Otherwise, as you said, Damaris, it would be pulling them, too much if if one person is delegating on this side and the other people don't know what they're actually doing. But we hope that it balances it out because they kind of know there's one page that shows what they're doing, so they can kind of we have a broader picture of what has to be done. Just to add on to that.
Jackie, we can't hear anything. It's like you're a robot. We've not heard anything you've said.
A question was answered. One of our new members, and she has a welcome. Karibu sana. Thank you. So the whole time I was speaking, there's nobody hearing. Okay, I'll be
Some part
quiet.
you were we could hear you, some part we couldn't. Yeah, there's a couple of comments that have come in. Lydia Atieno Oulo, karibu sana. She's a new member and she's really motivated to hear from us all. Lydia, karibu. Judith Opio says, wow, 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 you're a great team and it's the best thing to do for members to enlisters. What is going on the team? Keep it up and we own this. Thank you. And okay, well, I've just commented just to say mainly, by the way, Irene has done a great job in kind of streamlining the workload, just making sure that we're not throwing things to Lydia and Cynthia haphazardly. So there's some kind of structure. So yeah, thank you, Irene. I'll hand the beating back to you, Jackie. Hopefully you can stand on top of that tree and don't shook her.
You know what? I'm gonna maybe turn off my video. Sometimes they say when you're using a video, it takes out a
There's
lot.
actually a question in the chat if you
Yes.
would let me.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh no, it's not a question. It's actually a comment. Recently took a loan and I got to meet the credit team and they're amazing. Credit team, you're amazing. Just so you know.
Good job, good job, good job.
Yeah.
That makes us happy when we know that our wheels are turning well. So thank you. Thank you. And ladies, as I said, if you need anything, reach out. Now you know your team. So definitely if you want to reach out to anybody, feel free to reach out to them. It's about an hour and a half. I'm going to officially kind of close us out so that those who want to leave, who are, and as I said again, I'm always very grateful when I see people joining our education team and coming out to see what we do. So thank you, ladies, for being here. But just to be respectful of your time, we'll definitely pray us out. So those who want to leave can leave. And then we always have our Mdomo therapy. So that's the time that we let our hair down, as they say. So who is willing to pray for us so we can let people who want to leave, and then we can go on with our Mdomo therapy, turn off our recording and all that good stuff. Who would like to pray for us? Who would like to pray us out? I can
pray. This is Brenda.
Yeah, thanks, Brenda. Go ahead.
I'll pray in Luo so I can practice a little bit. All right. Wonwa mani polomalo wagoni erokamano kuom kelo waka gi weche mane wabiro wacho ka. Wagoni erokamano kuom miyowa good health and wealth, and we pray walamo ni mondo imed ritowa e nying Yesu Kristo. Amen. Boy, that's hard.
Amen. Thank you.
Amen.
Amen. You needed the practice.
You know how words disappear from you.
May our health and wealth.
English.
I don't even know what wealth. What's wealth? Pesa.
Recording stopped. Can someone stop the recording?
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Can someone stop the recording? Whoever is our ghost host today.
Somebody is saying, can you show all your faces, management team members, for all those? She's in the Pacific time zone, by the way. I'm thinking this is a Chieng Makonya.
Chieng, go away.
She's in Pacific. I really get her. She's 3 hours.
I can't go away because I'm never late for a meeting. Never. And I attend all meetings.
It's 1 o'clock somewhere.
Yeah, so I'm sorry. I mean, because they're new.
I mean, we were all all on camera. We were all on camera. We were
I'm
all
just
on
saying
camera.
if they can do it
showed
again.
Our faces. We all did a beautiful.
I agree. I'm just saying if they can introduce
I know
them.
I just make fun of Chieng because I know her personally. That's why I push her like that. Chieng, you see
if
me,
they
right?
can introduce themselves again, I'm sorry. I don't brag. I biroga meeting on time. Okay, miss meeting. But man, miss score. The new ones, the ones we don't know. Sorry.
Oh, the new ones. I think we have 2 new members, and you know Michelle already. Michelle was here. I'm not sure. Yeah, Michelle is here. I'm here. Aching has met me personally, so Aching, you don't even need to see my face. So I'm going to hide again.
Sorry, guys.
I think Millicent and Judith are not here
Okay.
today. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank you, guys. I miss a lot. I listened to the recording. I hate listening to the recording, but I don't have a choice today.
Yeah, it
I
was.
think you mara chabe wale okor kwa chopo
Oh
kile.
my
You
goodness,
say
the
you are
latecomers.
AGM meeting tomorrow. Yeah, we will keep with
AGM planning.
Aki, alinyimine man card. You know, AGM planning, Aki. You learn a lot. You learn a lot on how to take this circle forward. Right?
Yeah. Oh, with that being said, I was going. There's one other thing that Gladys, what was it that's supposed to be presenting also AGM planning? There's an initiative Monica Bedni present. Gladys, I'm sorry I didn't give the opportunity earlier on. We had discussed Gladys.
And it was supposed to be today, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, again in the CSR. That's what it was.
Yes.
Yeah. Gladys, go ahead. So, ladies, I want to give Gladys an opportunity to speak for a little bit. She has had something in her heart that she wants to talk about quickly before we release all of you. Gladys, go ahead.
Oh my God! Again, we are not
Pardon?
saying. Wow. Okay, ladies. CSR. As Jowes Sako, we want to put our name out there. We want to make sure that the community knows who we are, what we do, and because of that, based on education day that we had one time, we have decided that we are